Oh, it's so cold out here. It's cold and it's windy, but I just couldn't help it. I just wanted to show you guys this before we get on to the painting. I came to a place that's just super close to where I live, and there's just so much beauty and there's so much inspiration to be found in so many different locations, not just here, but tons of them. I can guarantee that you have them where you live, you know, within maybe 5, 10, 30 minutes. You don't always have to travel the world to find beautiful inspiration and beautiful landscapes and different sites. So we're gonna go right on to the painting, so don't go anywhere. So just sit back, relax. I wanna show you this from a different perspective.
Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. So many lights, lights, lights with us tonight, night, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, eyes, eyes. It's gonna be alright, right, right. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, one shot. I don't belong to somewhere else than where I lay my bags. It's so hard to stay up and don't hide away behind the same old mask. But tonight I got the cool and I wanna go dance with you. So if you are in the mood, it's worth it. We don't belong with masks on. Leave them here and don't look back. So many lights, lights, lights with us tonight, night, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, eyes, eyes. It's gonna be alright, right, right. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot.
What a great walk that was. That was absolutely incredible to go out there and just see all this cool stuff. It just gets me so excited to just come back and take these glasses off. Just to come back and get the inspiration and make a nice landscape, you know, of some sort. So I encourage all you guys to go out there and just yeah, walk around, look around, take a look what is around you. You know, there's just so many cool things. So anyways, I hope what am I trying to say? I hope that helped you guys or gave you some inspiration. So I'm back inside now, nice and warm in here, no more freezing, and I want to start and make a little landscape. I'm going to throw a couple of mountains in this one, I think, maybe 2. But I just want to do something with a nice little piece of land, little mountains in the back, maybe a few trees, something basic and simple. So if you've never painted before, hop on in and let's do this thing. So yeah, come on, let's go. Let's get started over here. So I got everything all ready to go right here on this palette. I use the same colors every time. I'm going to link them. I'm going to put them in the description below so you guys know what I'm using. Same colors every time. I use white, Prussian blue, ivory black, burnt umber, sap green, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, and cad red. That's what I use. I never use any other colors. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those 8 colors. That's what you're going to find here. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to grab this big old brush here. And you know what, maybe I'll list the brushes too below so you guys know exactly what I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to mix up a color and get us, maybe I'll hold the palette. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'll hold the palette, and then I don't hold it. I forget. I don't like holding it, and then I do like holding it, so it's just kind of like how I feel that day. So I'm going to use this here. I'm going to take some of this blue, some blue, and a little bit of red, blue and red. Okay, I'm actually going to set the palette down. Much more comfortable with it down because I got to hold this so it don't rock back and forth. So I just want to throw in a nice, beautiful purpley blue color. you know, give us some kind of base so we could throw some other stuff in, some clouds, mountains, all that good stuff. Don't have to go too low on this one, I don't think. I'm actually going to wipe this off. I do this a lot too. I get in here and I'll wipe the brush off, get some of that extra paint off there, you know, before I continue going down like this. It just helps from keeping it getting real dark down on the bottom here. All right. So I'm just going to run across this one more time real quick, just kind of maybe get rid of some of those marks. I like doing circles too. I love doing like little circle things. Okay, there we go. That's done. I'm gonna grab a fan brush. I'm just gonna throw a few clouds up here, real easy clouds, you know, just to give it something different. Because I'm going off of another painting, but there's no clouds in the sky. So let me grab some white paint on a fan brush, and I'm just gonna circle in. I'm gonna have a cloud going behind a mountain, so I'm just gonna go like this. Something like that. More paint. Get some up here like this. Make it come right off the corner. Just like that. Make it a little bit more bright there. Okay. And maybe I'll just put one here. Real simple stuff here. Okay. Set that down. I'm just going to use this old dirty brush that I had. I'm just wiping it off. I'm going to blend the bottom of these guys out here. And I just put these in because they're going to go behind the mountain. It's going to look pretty cool. There we go. That kind of helps them, setting them down into the sky when you go back and forth like that. Okay. I'm going to grab, what am I going to grab here? I'm going to grab the knife. And I'm going to mix up, I'm going to take this blue. Let's get some red up in there. White. Let's see what that gives us. More white. Nice blue color. So I'm going to start by putting, where's this guy at? He's like right here. He's like pretty far away. Okay, spread some of that color in right there. I got to set this down. I got to wipe this knife off. If not, I end up making a mess. Okay. So I'm probably just going to take this dirty one here and I'm just going to spread some of this color around here. Like that. I just want this one to be like sort of like out in the distance. Just like that. All right. So now I'm just taking a knife, I'm just getting straight white. White, white, white. And let's just throw a few things on here real quick. But I'm not going to throw too much because, you know, I want this to like, it's something that I want. It's supposed to be far, like further away, so. Put some there on the edge. Get some more up here like this. Okay, maybe just a little bit on this outer edge here. All right. So I'm taking that white paint that I got and I'm mixing just a blue and white, just a very light blue color, and I'm going to see how this looks. putting like a shadow color in here. But this is like pretty far away, so, you know, I don't want to go like super crazy, you know, on any kind of details, you know what I mean? Okay. Grab this dirty brush again, and I'm just gonna drag this down a little bit, or tap on it a little bit, just kind of make it look, you know, like it's kind of sitting in a puddle of mist. Just like this. What do you think? How's it look? Pretty good? All right, so we got that. Moving on to the next one. So back to our blue. I'm going to use blue, black, and red. Blue, black, and red. And I'm going to make this one darker because it's closer. All right. Let's see how this looks. So this one kind of like starts up here like this and comes down, and I got to build some little bumps on this one. Something like this. I like stepping back every so often to see how it's coming along. This one drops down in front like that. And it just kind of drifts off into nothing back here. Okay. Okay, let's go back to this dirty one. I'm going to do the same thing I did up there. I'm just going to kind of drag this out like real carefully. Just pull it down like this. Same thing on this side here. Just make it kind of disappear. Just like that. I'm leaving some of this area here to be like, you know, like a lighter area. It'll help, you know, with whatever goes in front of that. So I'm going to wipe this off again to get some of that extra stuff off of there. And then you just kind of smooth this out just a little bit like this. Just like this. Cool. All right, back to the knife. Grabbing some white paint. Pure white paint, and then we start putting some stuff on here, right on the edge like this. Just like that. And then there's some up here. This mountain's a little bit more steep. And then there's some over here in this area. Nice bright one right there. Goes down like that. And then a tiny bit back into there. Just like that. And this kind of drops down like that. I'm real big on like making sure the outside edge is covered, and there's a little bit here that's not. I don't like seeing that black line there. It just looks kind of goofy. Okay. So now I'm just taking that white paint and a little bit of blue in it to get a nice light blue color. Let's see, this might not be dark enough, we'll see. I'm just trying to like leave some of the dark areas like show through because it helps with like depth and all that. I'll just put a little bit over here too. I'm just going to add a little bit more into here just to give it a little bit more of a good look. And then I'm actually going to take some darker color, not like dark color, but I'm just getting like a darker blue color. I want to try to darken this up down here just a little bit. This once again will help with your depth, like this. How's that look? Looks good. Okay, all right. Just set that down and see what is next. Fan brush is what's next. Let me just do this real quick. I'm just going to soften some of this here, not too much. It just gives it a better effect. Okay. Okay, fan brush. I'm going to get a nice little pile of green right down here. And a little bit of brown. A little bit of brown into that green, I guess. A little bit of this yellow ochre, throw some of that stuff in there, that'll look good. And maybe a little blue. Not too much. All right. So I'm going to just draw a line, I think, first, because I have some trees like that kind of go sort of like that. And they start off like small. I'm going to try to just see how this works. I'm going to try to like just scrub these trees in. They're like bigger over here. I'm just putting like the indication of those trees in right now. I'll darken them up, you know, or lift them up or whatever. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of do some of this stuff here, a little bit of this tapping, just to give like maybe some little points sticking up, whatever. I'm not worried about down here, so I'm just like trying to worry about the tops right now. Okay. Because I want it to be like, you know, there's some round trees and there's also some that are like pointy. All right. I need to get some brown. I'm going to get some brown and some black, and I'm just going to darken some of this up real quick. I'm going to put some darker color right up in here. That's too brown. So I need more just green and black. Okay. I just wanted to show darker at the bottom of this little tree line thing. It don't have to be super dark because it's like not super close. Make some bigger ones that stick up like that maybe. Who knows? All right. Back to this darker color, I'm going to throw a little bit of dark at the very bottom. Just like that. And I actually think, let me do something real quick. I do this a lot. I like sketching stuff. Like it helps me figure out like where I'm going. So sometimes I'll do like a little sketch, like a quick one. It doesn't have to be like real detailed. All right, so in this picture, there's like a hill. It kind of drops down like this, and then the ground kind of levels out. And then there's like another kind of hill. The ground is just like, you know, hilly is all it is. There's a bunch of hills and stuff, and it kind of comes down like this. There's some stuff here. You know, maybe there's like a little, you know, something here, like a little trail or you know, something at the bottom. You know, but that hill just kind of, it's like real bumpy and stuff. And then, yeah, that just kind of comes down and just works its way into the ground like this. And that just kind of works its way back there like that. Not super detailed, right? But it's like, it's a sketch, and that's all, you know, that's all we're really looking for here. So, blue, black, and green, maybe a little brown in there. I'm going to put some, you know, some darker color here, so I can put some lighter color on top in a few moments. All right. So now, all I'm going to really be doing here for the next minute or two is I'm going to start filling in my sketch, you know, with some darker color. And I'm using green, and I'm using black, and I'm using blue. The closer you get to the front, the darker things are. See that? Throw a little black in there, no big deal. Go back, grab some more green maybe for here. Just like this. I'm keeping that little trail or whatever in mind. I'm just going to move right over to here. Get a little bit more black on that. Just filling this in. Scrubbing it, doing circles. Starting off in the corner here with the darkest dark. And this really helps because you just come back and you start separating your areas with your lighter color. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here in just a minute. And we got some trees up here too. So before I do that, actually, let me just set that down real quick. I like to step back and take a look at what's going on. So do that often, like step back a few feet, take a look, and and see how your picture looks, because it looks different from 6 feet back than it does up close. When you're up close, it's like, oh my God, this looks so bad. And I've said that 1,000 times about my pictures, but if you back up a few feet, it's like, oh wow, it looks pretty cool. So let me just step back and take a look and see how this looks. And I'm just going to try to visualize where I need to put the lighter color and more dark color. So let me just do that real quick. All right, I think it looks pretty good. There's one little thing that I noticed is right here. I think I'm going to take some blue and white and I'm going to, I don't know, add a little bit more shadow to there. So let me just get that out of the way real quick. Just mixing up some blue and white. And maybe just drop some down just a little bit further, like maybe like this. Maybe we'll do the same thing. We'll just put a little bit here too. Real nice blue color. Cool. It just kind of extends that mountain down just a little bit further. So that works out pretty good. Okay. Grabbing this fan brush, we're going to make some trees over here. I think the fan brush will be fine. So I'm going to just use some green and a little bit of burnt umber and some black. All right, let's pop in a few of these trees. And these are like kind of still far away. I think they're, yeah, behind this hill. I'm just going to put in a few little shapes. Put some right here. Yeah, and they're like I said, they're back. I think they're behind the hill. I'm just going to raise this up a little bit. Just a bunch of like bushy little things. And we can do two things. You could take the knife and just make the little trunks and stuff in here. Or use a liner brush. I'll probably come back and hit that with the liner. Or maybe even put, like some darker color in the front. I like doing that, like I'll do it now. I'm gonna take some black and mix it in with that green that we just used. And like, just add that in like that. It's just a darker value. It just kind of keeps it from being one color. Hopefully you can see that. Just darkening this up real quick. Okay, so yeah, there's some distant trees. All right, let me set this down real quick and grab, I think, yeah, I'm gonna get a clean one, a clean 2-inch here. Actually, let me get another one that's clean. All right, so here we go. It's a little bit dirtier. It's clean, but it's not like brand new. That one's brand new. I like using that one for blending, so I don't want to waste it. All right, I think I'm going to start on this side right here. So I'm going to get some like a greenish yellow color. I'm going to put this grass in back here. So let me do that now. So I'm just using green and yellow, like a 50-50 mix. All right, let's see how this works. So I just want to put in some, like a highlight color, way back in the distance there. All right, here we go. So I'm just like going real carefully. And this hill's right there, so it's going to stop right about there. Maybe it goes like that. So that shows like something back there, like some land or whatever. All right. Now I'm going to stick with that color since I got it going, and I'm going to start throwing some highlights onto the right side here. Let me do that. Just grabbing some of this color down here. Nice little green color. Start popping in some of these grass things here. Just using green and yellow. All right. Just popping those in like this, and then you could start forming like the land, see? This hill comes down like that, another one right here. Stuff like that. I'm gonna take some more color, a little bit on the more green side, darker. And I'm going to move over to this side here, right in front of these trees right here. And I'm going to go right down, just like that. There's a little bump right here. This hill drops down like this. And got some here, it looks like. Leaving some of those darker areas like right in there. Boom, all right. We go over to here. Get some more of that paint there. I'll probably have to fix some of these, but it's all right. I'm just putting in the highlight colors so I can get an idea of what's going where. Now I'm going to go to the back, like the first one that we did. I'm going to try to lighten this color up a little bit, and I guess I can use this big brush to do that. And I just want to put in like, I don't even know if you can see that, just like some lighter color. Same thing here, like this. Maybe a little bit there. Just in some areas, you know what I mean? So it like stands out. And then, sometimes I do this too. Let me get some black and green. I'm going to get some black and green. Sometimes like I want to add a little bit of dark color back in. I'll show you what I'm going to do with this in a minute. Just so it doesn't look like the same value all the way through the painting. This isn't really necessary, but it ends up, it could be anything. It could be like little rocks and stuff. Put some there. And I'm just kind of flying through this, so I'm not even like really taking too much time. But yeah, so like I said, that could be anything. That could be rocks if you want it to be. So now I'm just going to go back to some color here. Greens and yellows. And get some more green. Maybe a little bit of brown too to dull it. And then you can just come right back in here and just kind of like some of the areas you can hit. Just like, you know, kind of work it into the ground. You know, like that right there. Maybe there. Like this. In that corner right there. Like not too too much. And then let me set this brush down real quick. And so yeah, so I said that those could be rocks, right? So let me get some white paint and burnt umber. Let's do this. Some burnt umber and some white, and then I'm just going to throw in a little bit of color here, like this. And that's exactly what that could be, you know, if you wanted to be. A couple there, like this. Come to this side, just a few little hits. And I guess I'll hit this little area too. You know what I mean? So that could just be like, yeah, whatever you want it to be. The only thing I want to do is come back into this black pile. I want to make this a little dark right here, because this is where this kind of comes down, and then it switches over to this other angle. So I'm just going to kind of blend that in like that. That'll just help give it a little bit more depth. Okay. Just kind of shows this is like a little pocket area or something like that. All right. So we got our trees in there. And what else do I want to do here real quick? I want to figure out, so I'm going to probably pull this down back here. I'm just making me a line to figure out where I want to do it from. Okay, so the other picture didn't have this, what I'm about to do here, but let me just do one thing and something a little bit differently here. Let me get some blue and some white. Let me just add in a little bit of, need some red to purplize that color. More red to match the sky. So I'm just going to throw some of this color. Boy, first it was too blue, then too red. All right, so I'm going to have to fix some of these edges. I'm not too worried about it though. All right. Set that down right there and grab, what do I want to grab here? Maybe I can use this one. That's too big. I'll use this one here. All right, so I got this small 1-inch brush. The other one just had like, you know, it was just dirt and it was like hills and stuff. But I saw this and I'm like, all right, let me just pull this down and try to, I'm just going to make a little bit of water here. So I'm just going to pull straight down like this, without, try not to mess up as much as possible. I'll have to redo those edges, which is totally fine. I don't care. Pull some of this down. Maybe some of this rock goes into the, you know, maybe some of this is water right here as well. Let me see here. Probably need some white maybe, just to make some of it stand out, like right here maybe. appear more like water. And this is just like, obviously you see I'm just kind of flying through it, you know what I mean? So now, just go back and forth here real quick. Same thing here. I'm just trying not to mess up the sides because I'll have to go make them again. I don't want to do that. I actually want to come around like this. So this now is becoming water right here. And I'm going to fix that in a minute. Okay. Now where's my other brush at? Right here. All right, so now I'm going to fix this area right here with some yellow and green. So I'm going to go right in here like this, and I'm just going to stamp this right back on like that. Same thing here. Fix that up a little bit, maybe throw some in there. Put a few little pieces of grass up like this. Stuff like that. Let me just put some there like that. Okay. Knife. I'm grabbing some white. It's got some blue and green and different stuff going on in it. Not too worried about that. I'm going to separate like the water. So I'm just going to go like this. A little water line there. One there. I'm going to make this wrap right around. And then maybe some there like this. And I'm just like rubbing with the knife. And that just like indicates the water line, pretty much. Now I'm going to grab some brown, blue, and a little bit of white. I just want to hit this real quick to make these stand out just a little bit better. Put a little nice blue color in there, which I think is pretty cool. A few there, a couple there like that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's my goose. I have a Canadian goose. I've had her for 7 years now. Put a little color there. Just kind of blend this in with your knife if you want. Different angles and stuff. Just like that. Maybe there's some stuff out there that's like, lighter tones. You can't really see it too much. Some there, like that. All right, I'm just going to step back real quick, take a look. All right, I think that's looking good so far. Looking good so far. I'm not going to do anything like too crazy. I don't want to put any real big trees. I was going off of, another painting from not that long ago, and I'm trying to stick a little, close to it if I can. So one thing I want to do here is I want to thin down some paint here, like a nice green color, greenish yellow. And right about here, get better color, a little bit more paint. I just want to put in like a little bit of grass here. Some more thinner. This helps things like, you know, it just kind of helps give it just a little bit of detail. And I'm not like real big on using the liner brush. I said that before. But, you know, put a few blades of grass right here, I guess. It just really helps, you know, bring things forward. You know, helps give it a little bit of a finished look. And I'm not trying to like do real detailed paintings. This series of me doing this is like really just trying to motivate you guys and get you guys, you know, inspired to do some things. So that's what this is for. Maybe later down the road we'll do something that's more, you know, more detailed and, you know, longer, a couple hours or something like that. I'm just randomly throwing all this stuff in, so. What I was saying earlier too, let me do this for you real quick. I'm just going to grab some brown and white. Like, yeah, brown and white. Let me see, this might be too light. I just want, you could throw in a few little branches and stuff. You know, like this, these are kind of far away, these little tree things, so you don't want them to be, you know, too noticeable. All right, there's like one thing I think I'm gonna do. Just the other one doesn't have it, but I like trees. I like adding trees, so I'm gonna put one little tree in there, and I think we'll just be done with this one for today. All right, so just straight brown. That's what I always start with trees. I'm gonna put a small little thing right in here, like this. Something like that. Real quick, real easy. There we go. And I think, no, I'm not gonna put another one, but maybe I'll just go like this. Like that. There we go. Let me just set that out of the way and go back to this liner and right into the brown. Straight brown, and I'm just going to use thin down brown paint, and we'll just put a few little like branches on here. This is one of those things I get like real quiet and like focus on for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. Just adding, you know, just a bunch of little, you know, uneven little designs in here. Just like that. Maybe there's one that grows off to the side right there. All right, let me wipe that off. I'm just gonna grab the knife for this one here, and I'll take some brown, a little bit of brown, white, and some yellow, like a yellow ochre color. There we go. I think that'll look good. Let's see how this looks. I could have done this with the brush, I guess. Maybe this way. You're probably not gonna be able to see what I'm doing. Hope I'm not blocking you too much. I'm just touching. It just adds a little bit, you know, a little bit of color. on the edge here. Drag that right down like this. Something like that. Maybe we get a little spot in up here. You know, I can use a knife. You can make this nice and little pointy like that if you want. Get a little bit more on there and try to get just a little bit of color up in here too. Extend that a little bit, make the little trunk a little bit fatter, bring that root right down there. Maybe it grows like all the way over, just like that. So that helps, you know, that adds a little bit of something to it, right? You know, it's a nice little tree. Let's see, what else, what else, what else, what else, anything else? I like using the knife for so many different things, like you can use the fan brush to make grass, you know, or you can use the knife if you want to make like nice little highlights on the grass, like bright spots that might shine through, like nice little textures. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just bringing the knife in with some yellow and just throwing some color. I know one thing that I think I've learned. The more different tools and stuff that you use, the better. Different textures and shapes. If you use just like one brush to make your picture, you know, then you're going to have a lot of the same like different, you know, strokes and stuff like that. If you use multiple different things, you get multiple different effects, which is cool. You know, so I can technically, look, watch, I'm just going to do a quick highlight here on this tree with the knife. You know, just trying to show you, like, this is stuff you can do. You know what I mean? You can highlight. You don't have to use a brush. You can, you know, do all kinds of different things if you want. I'm just like twirling it and spinning it around and stuff like that and just making different shapes and, you know, and it just shows like a different layer, different, you know, different colors and stuff. So let me grab some more green and some more yellow. And I'm going to throw a little bit of color in those trees that are real far back right here. Just to show, like, you know, different color. You can do whole paintings with, you know, just the knife, but so I'm not going to do the whole thing, but like the whole, you know, but just showing you. Here's some color, get it on there, and then just spread it around. Work that color around. And you can always use the knife, like I said, and you can put little, not too much back here because it's so far away, but you could put in like little lines and stuff. It'll just give you some more depth, another layer to your picture. Yeah, cool. All right, let me wipe this knife off and take a step back. Cool, well, I think that's good. I think that's all we're doing for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please pick up a paintbrush and just try something, you know, try anything. Paint this tree right here. Start off with that. Take your paintbrush, put some blue paint and white on the background, you know, just give yourself a little background and paint that tree right there. You know, get yourself started. Once you get started, it's very hard to stop. And, you know, you're gonna get failure. You know, I get failure all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've made something and I've wiped it off with a paper towel or I've scraped it. So give it a shot, you know, definitely try it. You know, if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you know, send me a picture. You know, show me what you've done. I'd love to see it. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon in the very next video. Don't forget, subscribe and turn that bell on so you get notified, because I have videos coming and I can't wait. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a great one. Take care.